Good morning, everyone. It's Gabby Trades and welcome back to the channel. Now, markets got spooked yesterday and then recovered. We're going to review what was the reason for that. And then we're going to look at alts and see if there is any possibility for a pullback for us to get back in. Now, before we start, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and hit the bell so you always get notified when I come live here with you guys. Because, you know, these live streams, you learn a lot from them when Lambo soon. Now, yesterday was a wild ride for the stock market. At one point, a key fear indicator, which is obviously the VIX, the volatility index, spiked up. This usually happens when investors suddenly get nervous, right? So by the end of the day, the markets calmed down and bounced back. Now, here is what actually rattled the markets. A report came out. Again, our favorite Donald Trump. He or I don't know who actually put out a report that he's planning to fire Jerome Powell, which is the head of the US Federal Reserve. He's in charge of interest rates and he's the one who's keeping inflation under control. Now, obviously, because he's such a big figure, this kind of news are a big deal, because he has huge influence, right, on the economy, on the markets, and investors hate uncertainty around him in general. So when the news dropped, stocks fell and US dollar weakened at the same time. Now, later, Trump walked it back and he said that he's not planning to fire Jerome Powell right now. Interesting, right now. So that helped the markets recover. Now, the S&P obviously tracks all the major US companies dropped it first, then surged back after the panic faded. In the meantime, crypto remained stable. Now, in terms of more economic news, we have the PPI, which usually follows after CPI or one after another. So that is fresh inflation data, right? Again, producer price index. It came in better than expected. So that means that the producer level is cooling down, which is good news for the markets. So this honestly still adds pressure to Powell, because not only Trump, other people also believe that the Fed is being too slow to cut interest rates. Hence, more rumors about firing him. Now, in terms of more news today, we have retail sales at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Now, this is going to show how much are people spending. It's super important for the economy. And then, of course, we have the weekly unemployment claims, which is our weekly update on how many people are applying for jobless benefits in the US, right? It's also very important. So today might be a trigger for the markets to exit, especially for Bitcoin. We're going to have a look, but we know we're at a range. We gave all the good levels on Discord. By the way, you guys, if you haven't joined Discord, that is where I give the daily updates and also all the signals. We had very good trades yesterday over there, so make sure you join. You can do that if you are live on YouTube with me. You can get the links in the description box, in the chat box, on how to join. It's super simple. So yeah, let's see who's here. We have Dottie, Mr. Vane, good morning. MX2, Mr. Incredible is here today. T-Man, Diamond Eyes, Hubert Dillon. How are you guys doing? I'm pretty aggressive. Okay. We have Eric Jason Jacobs. He just subscribed. Love it. Okay, you guys, let's move on quickly to the charts. Let me know. Can you hear the music? I feel it's quite low today. Yeah, it's quite low. I'll put it up a little bit. Okay, so moving on to the charts. Of course, if you're on Discord, you will have the update already for the day, but then we review everything in detail. Oops, what is that? Oh, this is my gold trades. Yeah, we're gonna look at that in a little bit. Of course, we start with Bitcoin. You guys start chatting in the chat box so I can see you. You know how it deletes. And then we're moving on to Bitcoin. All right, cool. So what did I say yesterday and the days before with you guys? Basically, my idea was that I want to see Bitcoin trade back to 120 over here and then reject. right? Reject. So this is pretty much what happened. I gave the signal on that on my Discord. You guys, again, make sure you sign up for the Discord. It's very simple. You can find it on YouTube. So yeah, from here, what am I expecting? Well, like we said previously, right? We said that now it seems like it's going to form some sort of a range over here. So today, hopefully with the news, we're either going to exit that range. Finally, I'll be very happy if that happens. But again, I might consider the exit of that range as a manipulation move. So ideally, I would like for price to drop below these levels over here, even below this low down here. Why? Well, you guys know if you've seen the streams from the beginning of the week, well, simply because we have the CME gap over here that should act as a support at this point. So I would like for price to drop down to that level, so then I can be more confident in re-entering, right? But the importance is that when that drop happens, it's sort of like a wick drop, right? On a higher time frame. So let's say we're looking at the daily, ideally, or the 12-hourly, right? If you're looking on the 12-hourly, you really want this action over here, down and then up, to be with a wick, right? You don't want it to be like a body, like a very, very strong body, because that might indicate that this area is not very strong and that bears are taking control. Yes, hit the like button on YouTube or on Twitter, whatever you guys are watching. So yeah, this is what I wanted to tell you guys. It's important that this area holds, because if we start seeing acceptance over this level here, that to me is going to prove that, you know, price is exhausting right now. All right, does that make sense? Gabby, why does it start on 10th of July means Thursday? Well, is it? Oh yeah, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. It's a gap up, right? It's a gap up. It's pretty much a gap up. To be honest, I didn't even look which day of the week is that, but it doesn't really matter. The fact is that there was no, you know, that we have no trading happening over here. So that is an area of interest for us right now, right? Or like you can call it a single print if you want as well, if you're referring to the volume profile chart. But anyways, it is, so maybe it's not a CME gap, whatever it is, then is it a CME gap? Maybe it is. You know what? It might be, because it might have been like a holiday or something. Do you know what I mean? I don't remember anymore, to be fair with you, but it doesn't matter. We're looking at the gap. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's pretty much the plan. We want this area of imbalance to hold over here. If you have my indicators, you can also see it on the 1 hour, on a 4-hour time frame. It is a clear imbalance, probably the first imbalance created over here that we have currently right now. This is the first one as price currently stands. You know, when we speak of imbalances as well, you know, we can see that price is sort of respecting bearish order flow at the moment, because we're mitigating, nobody closes above, and then we're rejecting. So that essentially is in a way respecting bearish order flow, right? So if price is really strong, it should find support over here, technically speaking, right? Yes. Exactly. You guys are correct. All right, so we have some meme coin people over here that want to see SPX 6900. Yeah, we might look at that. High sugar cookie. So yeah, in terms of Bitcoin, that is really it, what I have for now. True week open, continuation, range formation. You know, the natural thing after that is for you to see some sort of manipulation out of this range, whether it's going to be up, whether it's going to be down. That is going to give us more idea of what to do, you know, with price. But I would like this area over here for buys. Now, in terms of ETH BTC, very strong, right? ETH BTC is showing extreme momentum, which has been quite cool to see, right? Which has been quite cool to see. But to be fair with you, we're reaching some levels right now that price could potentially retrace from. Does that make sense? We're looking on the weekly. Let's check daily. So if you look at the daily, the first area of rejection for ETH BTC is going to be 0.03184. So, you know, in a bearish sort of trend, which we're trying to reverse right now, it is very natural to get price reversals from these areas. So there is a possibility technically that we could get to that level and then reject. So if we start getting a rejection from ETH BTC, this is very important, probably the most important thing for today, right? Is that if we start getting a rejection from 0.03189, you still have to remember this is ETH BTC, right? And by the way, if you wanna like Bluffin, for example, you can trade ETH BTC Bitcoin dominance. This is a new thing that you can trade on Bluffin, which all of my users on Discord are using to trade with. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I might be looking to trade that, we'll see. But yeah, pretty much this is the area where I'm expecting for price to you know, reject a little bit. So we need to be watching how that works out. There is still a little bit of space, right? We have still a little bit to go. Let's see if that's going to be today's move. Another 9% it seems we have, and then from here we might see some sort of rejection. So that is when we need to start looking, or I'm going to be looking at alts to get some pullbacks for me to re-enter at a very good area, because alts have been generating a lot of imbalances right now. So this is ETH, for example, right? On a 4-hour time frame, we know very well what we're looking at, even on a daily, right? What did we say? As soon as ETH breaks our levels, which was the 0.5, all the daily resistances over here, soon as we broke that, what did we say? This is what we're looking at, the liquidity up here. How do I find this liquidity? With the help of my indicators. They're available for everyone to get. Just go grab them. It's in my description box, it's in my bio, it's in all of the usual places where you guys can find everything that I use. So this is it, it's up here, right? That's the liquidity. So, you know, it seems like we might get that liquidity, right? Let's see on the 4-hour time frame if we're reaching target. Let's get rid of some drawings here first. All right, so in terms of 4-hour time frame and our sweep signals, we had this target from yesterday, right up here. This was the target. Mr. Vane knows because he has the indicators whatsoever. So we had this target all the way from here, right? So that's 11% move. As soon as price closed bullish, we had this target up here. So now we just took the target for today. We just took the target for today. We need to wait on the 4-hour to see how is that looking. But for now, it is still looking absolutely bullish and fine. So for me, right, if we've taken the liquidity, almost, right? So first we're looking to take that liquidity, see what price does over here. But then most importantly is that we're reaching a level of 0.786, right? 0.786. So this kind of aligns with everything that we've been speaking about, right? ETH BTC, you know, all of our confluences. 0.786 is an area that Ethereum might reject from. Does that make sense? So if we get a rejection from here, I think it will be very, very good to re-enter on a pullback for Ethereum, right? So that's pretty much the major zone that I'm looking at. Okay, with the idea that price needs to go above $5,000. So from here, we only need to look at higher time frames to determine our, you know, entries and possibilities for a pullback. You know, for all these things, we can use multiple tools. First thing that I'm going to pull out is my indicators, right, to see There is still no pullback over here at this balanced price action, no pullback whatsoever. So could this be the area of a pullback? We have to see. Then we have to go on a weekly time frame, right? Weekly time frame. We need to close the current week. So it's going to be even, look, now this is monthly actually, which is crazy work. Absolutely crazy work. But even looking on the weekly, like we have the first fair value gap that is now developed at 2,900. Currently with this week and next week, we might form even more fair value gaps for us to target. But on a monthly, you know, if we get a substantial pullback, it's going to be absolutely great. So that means price could potentially go 2,900. Okay, QEUSDT, was that on Discord? Yeah, I think I did see that. Yeah, that was Jane, I think, or something like that. We're gonna look for her in 1 second. Let's get rid of the sweep signals and then have a look at Solana. Doing absolutely fine, $173 still. So on a pullback, I think Sol is going to be also a very, very good opportunity depending on how deep the pullback is. On a daily, we're just forming a fair value gap over here. We also have daily support that we might be targeting. We might be targeting the fair value gap over here for a pullback. So yeah, there is going to be opportunities. Hello, Crypto Love. Yeah, I think for me, it's going to be an area where I'll be profiting from a little bit. What's your exit target on ETH overall, Gabby? I haven't really reviewed that, to be honest. But you know, above 5K for sure. I haven't got an idea as of yet. I still need to do my analysis on that. But yeah, above 5K for sure. For now, that's all I'm interested in. Let's have a look at Q. Now, how do you spell that? Q. All right, cool. Let's look at this chart over here. Ouch. Not great. Well, okay, well, you know, still some nice liquidity. I'm pretty sure Dottie, because he has the indicators, you indicated that this is liquidity up here. So yeah, I mean, on a daily, pretty high time frame liquidity, but again, it's not a chart that I would be interested in because of the reason that it's just too bearish. It's too bearish. There is no strength whatsoever. So yeah, it's not something that I'll be interested in, to be honest. But yeah, you probably have a chance since we have the liquidity up here. You know, it might work. Hello, Harsh Singh. We just spoke about Solana, but yeah, we can review it in a little bit as well. But yeah, pretty much with all the alts, that's the situation right now. If you're left behind, if you're not in, right, I've had some really good trades on Doge, CRV, Bitcoin. I'm still holding my short. And yeah, so let's have a look. We wanted to, yes, you guys, make sure you like the video. Don't forget to do that, please. What is that? S&P and then Lofi or something you guys wanted to see? SPX. Is it that? Like, it should be that, right? It should be that. Is that it? The meme? You guys just let me know if I'm correct with this. It's probably it, right? Yeah, I mean, Murad's impressive, you know. Is that new highs on that? Okay, yeah, that's quite sick. I mean, you know, I'm not interested in that, but you know, he obviously has a lot of influence in the community, so you know, I'm not surprised, because this is crypto, right? This is crypto. There is communities, there is, you know, people are just following into the hype, and you know, that's it. Utility and stuff like that, I don't know, are important, but are people really looking into that? I cannot tell you nowadays anymore. Gabby, I told my friends about your mentorship, so they ask me, they get price action lessons, they hear you now. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, I give a lot away during the live streams, which is why I'm trying to, you know, encourage you guys to attend the live streams and to look at the live streams, because you know, you're gonna get a lot of value just from that. But the mentorship is going to be a structured video lessons that you can look at. Yeah, Penguin, quite impressive, to be honest. Like, just as usual, you know, memes are leading. Like, you know, I'm not surprised. How lucky we are getting. Well, this is it, right? I mean, I want to grow my channel, so I figured if I want to grow my channel, I have to give you guys something in return, right? Well, this look is incredible. I mean, I don't know if it's sustainable. I don't know if it's, I cannot tell you, but like, seems pretty amazing. Like, it's done quite well. What are we looking here on a daily? That's since end of June over here. It's done like 300%. Like, you can only see that on memes, right? Like, you can't see that on altcoins anymore. Like, to be fair, the best that I see for most of the altcoins is like 150, 200%. Like, I don't see more than that. But yeah, memes are again leading the move, so you know, I'm not surprised. Ugh, water. Mr. MG, I made huge losses on this one yesterday. What were you trying to short, or what? Long, or yeah, I mean, it does have a little bit more to go down, in my opinion, over here. XRP breaking out. Let's look at that. Gabby, do you think crypto is worth it if you don't have thousands of dollars to put towards it? Yeah, you know, it's my observation that my audience is pretty broke. But what can I tell you? Like, is it worth it? If you don't know what you're doing, I don't think it's worth it. You know, I think you need to know what you're doing. And I'm more for trading, right? So I'm not really like, I don't really like invest like that and be like, oh my God, I believe in that project so much. You know, I'm not really like that. I don't know in which project to believe. To be honest, I hardly believe any projects at all, to be fair. There's so many things, like, you know, if you remember Centra, that was crazy. You know, complete fugazi. The guy didn't even get any time. He didn't even serve any time. Like, what are we talking about? You know, it just doesn't make sense to me. So yeah, I do know a lot of people that's made, you know, millions out of thousands, but that's mainly on the meme space. You know what I mean? And like, alts are not like before. There's going to be only chosen ones, in my opinion. Memes are taking over, sucking the liquidity away. Like, Pengo did what, 300% or whatever. Have you seen an alt doing that much? I don't think so. Yeah, so if you have, you know, a small amount of money, like if I were that, I would like focus on getting some value, like learning something long term, you know, because everyone is out there to get the quick money, you know, but that doesn't really exist unless you are, you know, they've gotten too smart. You know what I mean? They've gotten too smart, way too smart. And the market is made to make you feel FOMO, to make you experience all this, you know, emotions. Oh my God, I missed out. I need to get in. And then you get in at the top and you get wrecked, which is probably what happened to Mr. MG. yeah, there is lots of good times. Like, for example, if you do follow my methods, right? If you do follow my methods, if you stick around with me, you will definitely, have the upper, you know, information. You'll be ahead of everyone because I kind of have the idea, for me. And if that resonates with you guys, you do you. But if you stick around, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. So yeah, and especially join Discord, that's and trading is what saves me. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest, pretty much everything that I've put money in terms of investments, is on red. It's still on red. And it's terrible because you get a project, like a lot of people, I have even friends reaching out to me and they're like, hey, buy this one. This guy who's very famous on Twitter promoted it. And I'm like, bro, like, you understand that guy was probably paid $50,000 to say this to you. It's like ridiculous. They don't care. Then as soon as you put your money in, they'll just rug it. That's what they want. So I need you to be extremely careful with this space, because yeah, it's like that. It's like that. And I don't do that kind of stuff. So what I do is, if I get commission on anything, for example, Bluffin, I tell my people, if you trade on Bluffin, I will get very small partial of the fees. I'm not making millions of that either. It's like barely covering the costs of me having to do all this for you guys and everything and trying to grow my channel. So all of these people, yeah, they get money to do that, and I don't. So because I don't understand these projects. I'm not out there reading white papers. I don't care, but I understand trading and I know how to trade, right? So that's how I want to do it, and that's my passion, and that's what I want to do, and it's changed my life. So yeah, like, yesterday I had this trade. I waited all week for this trade, all week. Where did I enter? Was I like in somewhere here? I think I was in down here. That was my stop loss. No, where was I in? Maybe a little bit lower, actually. Maybe a little bit lower. So, this was my trade yesterday on NASDAQ. Again, I posted it on Discord. I waited all week, right? Yesterday was Wednesday. I didn't find any trades on Monday. I didn't find any trades on Tuesday. I was waiting patiently to get paid on this trade, and it paid me really, really well, right? But you just have to be a trader. You have to be a trader. You have to be patient. You have to be able to snipe the moves to protect your capital, right? Because especially if you're trading TradFi, now we're talking a little bit higher amounts, you know what I mean? Because my observation is that on Bluffin, people are trading with $200. You can't make any money if you're trading with $200. I am sorry. Yeah, Ken Rosher, I'm ready to learn and possibly do this as full-time. Of course. Honestly, it's not that hard. It's actually boring, right? I have to wait for 3 days to get in a trade. Sometimes I have to wait more, and that's because I'm so busy with like live streaming with you guys or whatever, but if I'm locked in every day, every New York session, I bet you I can find at least 3 trades, right? And this is what I'm going to teach you guys in the mentorship. Sign up for it's going to help you. It is going to help you. It is going to help you. Like, I don't know how else to say it. Find it in the description box. Just do it, right? Just do it. Get on Discord. I'll create a special group for everyone that's part of the mentorship. So we discuss the concept, we discuss everything, and then you start seeing these things on the charts yourself on a daily basis, right? Do you trade TradFi during bear market? Of course. Of course I do. Of course I do. Adrian Hernandez, I have an idea of... So Adrian has signed for the mentorship. I know that for a fact because I remember his name on it. He signed up on the wait list. So congrats to that dude. But yeah, what do you guys think? is going to happen in the bear market, honestly. There is always liquidity in forex. There is always liquidity, in the futures market. Does someone need to be obsessed with trading and of course follow strategy to succeed? MXU, obsessed? I don't know. I mean, it's very easy, I guess, to get obsessed because it's like a little bit of a dopamine hit, you know? It's slightly like dopamine hit. Yeah, it's dopamine. Villain said it. Yeah, it's the dopamine when you win, when you risk. It's the market is designed like that. And when you're a new trader, it's gonna look like the market is targeting you specifically. It's gonna feel personal. This is the crazy thing. When you trade, it feels personal. It feels like the market is like out for you specifically, not anyone else, not Crypto Love, not Larry. The market is out for MXU, specifically. That is the weirdest thing ever, I swear. But then you realize that whatever you do, it was probably so obvious and so many other people did it that they're getting liquidated right now. So this is the things that I want to train you, right? I want to train you how the algorithm works, where are the moves coming from, why are the moves happening, So then when you open a chart on a daily and you're like, okay, this is where we currently are. These are the opportunities, right? Because, yeah, trading crypto with $200 is a waste of time, honestly, in my opinion. Right? Because you have to manage your risk. You have to, you have to not risk too much because you have to assess, okay, how many trades can I lose with this amount of money before my account is blown? And I can tell you, it's not going to be many if you're risking 5%, 10% of your capital, which I know most of you guys are doing, because it's so easy to go there and like adjust 5%, 7%, this is going to be it, 100x leverage out. And that's it. And then, it's so hard to accept the losses that, when I still lose, right? But before when I was losing, I would like feel like it didn't happen, oh no, it's fine. It's part of the process. It's fine. But then you have to look at the overall picture and be like, hey, maybe I need to step away right now. Maybe I need to step away for the day, for the week. Can you do that? Can you step away after you've lost 5 trades in a row and you're down like 10% on your account, for example? Can you step away? This is the question. Or do you now like, well, I might as well just go and like put 10% on a trade right now and just punt. $2,000 in my opinion, it's all right. Like, depends how much money you wanna earn, right? Per month, per week. Like, let's say you have to, when you trade, you have to look at the percentages that you're making, right? 1 to 2%, 1 to 2% max. Yeah. Larry's thinking 4K in pounds, so that's around $5,000. Would be okay, he says. Well, see, if you want to make that amount of money and you're like, super conservative, you would probably need quite a sizable account. We're talking in the 6 digits now. You can make that with a $50,000 account. You can make that, but you have to be very good. And for example, I'm trading a $50,000 account, and like for the past month, like I've made like $2,000 on it, being extremely conservative, so it's hard. If I have like a small amount of, you know, of capital, then I'll probably look at stocks, to be fair. Yo, Reader, what's going on? Yeah, we're just talking about money because everyone's obsessed with money. You know, get the skill, the money are gonna start coming. This is what I can tell you. You need to get the skill, and you know, you have to be very patient. If you're chasing trades to make money to eat, it's never going to work. She talking about OnlyFans, only what is that? Only, not face, OnlyFans. Yeah, OnlyFans. No, I don't have an OnlyFans page, unfortunately. I think I'm so behind. You know, I wish I had an OnlyFans page. I think that would have done so much great for me. I feel like I'm late, you know? I feel like I'm late. I feel like it's too congested over there as well. Or maybe not, you know, I started YouTube and YouTube is not that congested. Maybe there is still time for OnlyFans. I don't know. Wouldn't it be great if silver would pull back, you guys? Wouldn't it just be absolutely awesome? Silver is going to $50 now, it seems. Technically, that should be the target. $50,000, very clear over here. You have that liquidity formation since like freaking 2020, right? Since 2020, probably over here. You know that silver is going to go at $50. Isn't that insane? Yeah, you need to be learning. You need to be keeping your job, working. Like I was working at the hospital, making money, doing extra shifts, you know, to be able to afford to lose all my money. That's what I did, you know. Yeah, I've lost a lot, actually. It's not even funny, but you know, it is what it is. That's the game. Love how you're real about it all. Yeah, I mean, I have to. I'm required to be honest with you. You know, to me, Nasdaq is still bullish, right? Let's have a look on the 4-hour time frame for today. Yeah, current target higher for sure. Nasdaq. New all-time highs maybe today. That'll be dope. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't that just be splendid? Nice retrace here from the balanced price action over here. Perfect tap into the balanced price action over here. Rejection. Oops. Lots of areas over here to look at. Let's look on the lower time frame. Yeah, that was a good buy yesterday. Let's see if I'm gonna catch something today. It's gonna be but today is like one of the busy days, right? I have to stream and like, but yeah, if you're on Discord, I think MMA is coming live today, so he's gonna give you some strategies as well. He's an absolute goat, milking prop firms, trading forex. Copper is still in this small tiny it looks like a flag. Mr. Vane will say what that is, but it looks like a flag to me. Is that a flag? So that must be bullish here on copper. Silver $50, we already looked at that. Gold is gonna play a little bit with my nerves. I can feel that today, but I think it's going to be my duty to wait for a little bit deeper retracement so I can get my entries. No, not a flag, a triangle. Okay, I got it. Yeah, we can look at near for you, mate, real quick. Near protocol. Moving quite nicely. Oh my god, what a massive fail was that trade over here back in December. Yeah, it's looking fine on the weekly actually. Double liquidity. So you've just cleaned again. You've traded below the double liquidity, so this should really hold right now. And then $9, it seems like. Some resistance at 7.3, but I wouldn't take it that seriously. So yeah. Are you talking most of out before Q2? No, definitely not. That's not what I'm saying. In fact, I think that the bull run is gonna last until February next year. So, but it's going to be like ups and downs. Does that make sense? You guys, make sure you like the video. Don't forget, please. It really helps the algo. And if you have time, also leave a comment below. Just say something. Say hi. Whatever. But yeah, near is looking fine actually. Double liquidity is still way below levels. That's on a weekly time frame. I know that it seems like, you know, it seems very triggering right now, but we could potentially get some pullbacks over here. We just have to reassess the area. We have a 12-hour fair value gap, a small sell zone over here. We have one up here at around $3 as well. Yeah. So if we get probably $3.10, and then we pull back to 2.7, I think that'll be really good if that happens. Possibility here for that. Crypto week is only this week. Do you think that Trump dump next week is possible? Yeah, I don't know. Actually, we need to see what do we have next week. What do we have next week? Okay, we have the Fed speaking, PMI. So I think we're good. And then we have the July FOMC statement, core PCE. So of course, you know, with the end of the month, with the close of the month, it's going to get a bit more clear. Now we have to look at, let's say ETH, close all the indicators here for a little bit more visibility, which probably we're not going to get. But you see, we're looking at the monthly right now. This is monthly. All right. This is monthly. So if you're closing the month here, let's say a little bit higher, because this is how distribution works, right? You have a start of a candle, you made a low, right? You distribute all the way up, right? And then you close the month. It's usually something like this, right? In that case, it might be something like that. So then you open the following month, right? If it's bullish, you might get something like this, make a wick to the downside, and then distribute up, right? And then maybe create a bigger wick or whatever the case it is. But yeah, candles have wicks, right? Most of the candles have wicks. Does that make sense? So you need to be kind of prepared that end of month there might be some pullback so that the monthly candle creates its wick. And then when the month starts, is it like a manipulation move to the downside, which is creating now a lower wick of a bullish candle, right? So all these things are important. Opening of the candle, close of the candle, the wicks formation, right? Because this is monthly. That's how candles work. right? That's how candles work. So for example, this candle over here, right? This doji candle over here. What does that candle represent on a lower time frame? It represents a range, right? It represents a range because essentially the candle opened, right? Traveled all the way down, came back up, traveled all the way up, and in between that, it could have been looking like this, you know, like this, like this, like this, made a high, and then came back and closed where it opened, which was here. I don't remember anymore how I drew it, but whatever. So, you know, doji candles here in a higher time frame, that's a range, you know. And essentially, you want to be paying attention to the ranges, right? You want to be paying attention to the ranges. You really want to be paying attention to the range, because a range is usually where the market makers are having orders hidden in between that range. So it is on a lower time frame, right? If you see a range, you know, the market initiates down, right? Comes back up, releases the orders that were left here, and then it continues. Go back on your charts, you can see that happening all the time. Are you a robot? No, I'm not a robot. No, I'm a little bit yeah, maybe I might be a little robotic. I don't know. I used to do a lot of sports, so I'm kind of very disciplined like that. Crypto week is only this week. Oh yeah, we read that one. 3rd July FOMC. ETH to drop before new all-time highs, question mark. Yeah, I mean, I hope so, right? I hope so. For me, it's just this whole area here was a profit-taking area. Goal is this liquidity up here, mainly. And then, right, since we've reviewed ETH now 15 times, but we'll do it again, this area over here is also important. So we're looking at 3,911 for a pullback, and that would potentially match ETH BTC, which also needs to pull back at around 0.03189. Yes, you guys like the video. Make sure you sign up on the wait list for the mentorship. You guys make sure you do that, because I'm gonna teach you all these things in there. So looking to break out lower time frame. What do you mean? 15 minutes? I mean, it's just classic. It's trading in between Asia high, Asia low. One of these areas is potentially going to be swept right now, which is then going to create the London high and the London low, which is usually a target then for New York, you know. If you look at data, you can evaluate that these things happen more that they don't. Bullish order flow. Oh my god, I got a tip!
Much appreciated.
Much appreciated. I'm in for a year of learning. I'm on the wait list.
Wow! This is sick! We've actually never had that before. And I think it was a double thing. Thank you, Ken Rocher. That's so sweet. Really appreciate it. Wow. See, that I've never had that before. I even forgot I have this function. Yeah. You're gonna learn a lot, mate. I'm very, very grateful for you, and grateful for anyone that appreciates my teaching. Yeah, Sugar Cookie. Wow, we got a tip. That's sick. I don't need an OnlyFans anymore. I can just be here. Bitcoin dominance. Let's have a look real quick. Oh, what do you know? We just smashed. Oh no, we haven't smashed liquidity yet. Here it is. You guys know very well. This is the 0.786, right? We said this is it, right? This was the first moment over here that we had it. Was great. Then we retraced all the way, leaving that liquidity here to tell us, hey, Gabby, don't give up. You just have to be patient and wait. And we didn't. And the whole community knew that, right? 0.786 liquidity on a higher time frame. Look at it. So what do we need to do? Well, we need to watch very carefully what price is going to do over here, because it kind of aligns strangely. Everything aligns right now. Do you guys see what I mean? ETH BTC is getting to a point, right? Bitcoin dominance is getting to a point. Number 2. Okay. So we need to be watching for all these things. Alts have been running. Everyone has been nicely in profit. Well, that needs to stop. Eventually, they're going to stop that. Right? And that is when, you know, they can stop it so harshly that everyone is panicking. That is why we need to be watching at Bitcoin and what Bitcoin does. Because if Bitcoin starts exhausting below our areas and starts getting acceptance below 115, 114, this is going to showcase to us that, you know, maybe we're looking to drop a little bit further. Now, we obviously don't want that, but it's a possibility. And you have to think that everyone's been taking profits for 2 weeks in a row straight. No. Khalil, I would say no, because why would you do that, mate? Like, you know, what, it doesn't make sense, because using our technicals, we still know that Ethereum should go higher. How high? I have no idea. But according to my strategy and the way I trade, we should see at least 4,900, you know, according to my strategy. Pi cycle top comes first, then alts told off, so BTC dominance will hit below 45%. Could you chart token GLP? I mean, I could. Wait, are you talking Jupiter right now? Is that Jupiter? Or do you mean Jupiter? Like, what do you mean? All right, we'll wait for answer for that. But if anyone has any requests since today, I'm like taking my time with you guys. For ETH, I also used the butterfly harmonic to map out and got a very conservative 5K. Yeah. You know, yeah, it's possible. It's very possible. A butterfly could do it with the percentages. Oh, Pi cycle top indicator. Okay, cool. I don't think I know that cycle top indicator. It's just a harmonic pattern, basically, that uses retraces to a specific percentages, and it has different shapes and forms. They can be bullish or bearish as well. Yeah, do you guys want me to look at any other altcoin before I dip? Nah, I'm here with you. Aave. All right, cool. How many trades you take per month, Gabby? I don't know. I lose count a lot. Yeah, Aave's looking good on a weekly. Octavian, hello. Yeah, we have a look made for you. One sec. Yeah, Aave's looking good. $400 imminent. $400. Long higher time frame is looking fine, you know. 400, maybe some exhaustion after that. When you see a weekly time frame with the help of my indicators and you're like seeing a liquidity like that, usually there is some sort of retrace from the liquidity. Usually. Yeah, let's look at Solana again for our mate over here. That's new. Octavian, welcome to the channel. Make sure you subscribe because we talk about Solana every day. And if you're new here, go ahead and look at the other live streams because I give a lot of information on Sol over there. Sol is bullish. $300 liquidity. It is holding an area that I'm going to teach you. Get on the wait list for the mentorship. Just do it. Just do it. It's in the description box. When price is holding at the 0.5 over here, just as Solana is doing, it is technically, according to my strategy, supposed to exit at $300, and there is extra confluence over here. Oops, over here. That is showing us that we have liquidity at $300. So yeah. And then it's price discovery. I don't know. Raymond Shah, welcome, mate. You guys, make sure you come on Discord and make sure you sign up on the wait list. Do all these things. For Bitcoin, we had a discussion today. Now, you know, if you're on Discord, you would know because I warned my community. My take profit area was reached over here specifically. You know, it could extend further, but I'm usually out. I use standard deviation for this. You know, this is usually a take profit area for me. On the standard deviation, if you watch the videos from Monday, you will find out. Just go and watch the videos because I go live 4 times a week. 4 times a week. So today is the 4th video. So go back 4 videos, watch that video, and then you will see what I'm talking about. Okay. When Gabby looks at a chart, it's like a devil, and then other moments look at the chart and it's like an angel smiling. I like her passion to the chart. I don't know. Yeah, I know I can look scary. People have told me that before. Looks like inverted head and shoulders. What looks like inverted head and shoulders? Bitcoin? No, it doesn't. I'm having fun with you guys because this is our last stream for this week. Yeah, this has had some momentum, definitely. Still, you know, we just started breaking this chart, right? It was very bearish. I didn't like it at all. Up until like this change over here, but it's not enough confirmation, right? Was not enough confirmation. The first actual break that you got on this chart was a week ago. So it's not something that I'm you know, very, very interested in, just like all the charts that are mega bearish that I'm not interested in. So I'm not interested in that chart, unfortunately. Yeah, there is a lot of liquidity. Potentially, I think if this is going really, really well, maybe you can get to the high of the range over here. I think, right? Because this is your range over here. You have a nice deviation down, and then maybe you can distribute higher. This is what you can hope for that specific. Yeah, you guys, let's call it a day. We did an hour today. Wow. Has anyone asked to look for render? Yeah, sometimes. All right, let's look at render in Jupiter and then we bounce, okay? Render. Yeah, render is good on a higher time frame. On a higher time frame, it's not bad because $12 over here. Quite a good target. Now we're still fighting, right? Because we dropped quite substantially here. but it's a very, very good opportunity. We haven't even broken the main resistance over here on a daily. $4.1. $4.1. We rejected, but we're still holding strong with the second candle. I don't know if you can see here. Maybe we can zoom in a little bit. So I even have over here an alarm set, because I'm waiting for this to be broken substantially to get a little bit more confidence in this. I want to see it broken, right? I want to see that area traded through to get more confidence on render. Otherwise, I am still positive on it because of the liquidity that has on $12. And that's, if that happens, if that runs really, right, it's going to be quite nice. 190%. Well, that's usually what the alts are looking like, right? 190, you know, 150, nothing crazy more than that, you know what I mean? What's your accent? Yeah, I've been living in many different European countries, so my accent is kind of weird. I don't know. Jupiter perps. Let's start on the weekly here with Jupiter, and then we're gonna bounce. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. It's not too bad, but it's not really giving many targets, is it? Not much. Yeah, I probably was not interested in that just because of the liquidity down here. That was not taken, and price just started going up. So maybe here, maybe $1, $1.07 potentially, 100%. But yeah, that's how I evaluate it, really with the help of my indicators. That's what I look at. Good morning, Freedom. GLP USD. Oh man, what are you? I don't know. Is it this? Like, what am I supposed to look at here? Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, it looks fire. Like, what can I tell you? Price discovery, I guess. So it looks great. It looks great. Yeah, basically this is the target right now. $5, 505 over here. I don't think it's going to exhaust before it takes that specific target. That's what it looks like. Jupiter perps. Yeah. Alright, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. You are absolutely amazing, but my hair dried for this 1 hour. So funny. Anyway, guys, make sure you smash the like button if you haven't, and subscribe for get on the waitlist. Get on the waitlist. You can find it in the description box, and also make sure that you wait. What else? Like, subscribe, get on the waitlist, get on Discord. Make sure you come on Discord. And yeah, Muhammad Ali, Ultimate Analysis. Thank you so much. Thank you. You guys are the best. Really appreciate you every single time you watch my streams. Yeah, much love to you guys. I'll see you. I'll see you in a bit. All right.